kitty, 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 kitty. You want to play with a stick? You want to play with a stick? Oh, that's a lightsaber.
What is thy bidding, my master?
There is great disturbance in the force.
The Vox Box Star Wars Podcast. Your source for Star Wars comics, news, and more. And now your host, Michael Corley.
Welcome back to Vox Box Star Wars Comic Book Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Corley. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we are covering Star Wars number 36. It is titled Red Queen Rising. We open with the Millennium Falcon. It has a slight problem that there is an Empire battlecruiser moving in on it. It has no choice but to take evasive action, but there is no chance to get away. They are caught in a tractor beam. Han Solo is hoping that their cover story will work. He is sending Leia into special hiding, and he is telling C-3PO to tell the boarding Imperials whatever gabbergook he needs to keep communicating with R2-D2. Han Solo gives his papers to the Imperial officers, and he recognizes this as a forgery. The Imperial says that he was waiting for this ship by the orders of Lord Darth Vader. It is also known that Princess Leia is often a traveling companion of Han Solo. The stormtroopers are coming to search every inch of this ship. They are aware of Han Solo's spice smuggling tricks. Perhaps the word got out after he fooled them on the Death Star, and they begin looking in those hiding places for Princess Leia. We cut to Luke Skywalker and R2-D2. He is expressing his doubts for being a diplomat to the planet Monastery and its order of the Sacred Circle, especially letting down Sister Domina, who seems to have feelings for him. Speaking of which, he comes across her meditating in a pond, and a giant cat-like creature. Think about a panther with a unicorn horn. It is leaping forward and snarling and leaping, and she is screaming. It is coming down to kill her. Luke Skywalker leaps. He is unable to stop the massive creature, but he is just barely able to grab the back of its neck and change its trajectory so that it doesn't kill Sister Domina. Instead, he sends it hurtling into the pond next to which he was meditating, and before it can come at him. I thought this was nice that once again they point out that Luke is very uncomfortable in the water, having grown up on a desert planet, but he does what he can to back up. As the creature is coming forward to kill him, he must strike first or die. He brings out his lightsaber, and it stabs the creature, killing it instantly. However, Sister Domina tells him that this was a pet and that he misunderstood. There is no doubt that this creature was leaping at her with murderous intent. Once again, Darth Vader has manipulated the creature using the Force to force it to attack her. But this was part of both of their plans to make Luke Skywalker look bad. A group of monks happened to be nearby when the attack happened. Remember that these monks value life above all others, and they've just watched this young man kill a creature that would normally be harmless. We cut back to the ship, the Imperial cruiser where the Millennium Falcon has been captured, and we have a quick cutaway to see both of the brothers, Silas and Orman Tog, in their stasis cells. We, however, quickly cut back and see that they have not found anything on the Millennium Falcon, even though they searched all of the secret compartments that Han Solo and the others originally used to hide in the first Star Wars movie. And Han Solo is being very conciliatory to the Imperial Guard. He's saying, hey, mistakes happen. It's not all good. He puts his hand on his shoulder and he says, look, why don't you just let us go our way? This is not working at all. They take Han Solo and Chewbacca towards a holding cell. However, Leia is able to get out. How did she manage to hide? There was a false bottom under the hidden compartment. So there was a hidden compartment in the hidden compartment, and the Empire never thought to look for it. Leia tells C-3PO to warn Luke of what's going on in space. He relays the message through R2-D2. However, before Luke can help, it is time for him to plead his case before all of Monastery. We get a quick flashback of Sister Domina when she was young, and we see that Ormond was trying to marry her off when she was old enough. Her oldest brother, Silas, the one that we know as Baron Tag, was having none of this. He punches Ormond and says that she will be innocent, never corrupted, and that is why he had her join the Sacred Circle. He wanted her to be the one person in all of the Tag family to be free from all this political intrigue, and now here she is exactly in the middle of it. And we are brought into a giant courtroom, and the major monks of the Sacred Circle are around them in a circle. Darth Vader is in the circle, Luke Skywalker along with R2-D2. He has been brought along to provide holographic evidence of the Empire's wrongdoing. They each begin to plead their case. But Sister Domina suddenly becomes hostile towards Luke. This, of course, was her plan all along. And you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? It is time for...
Dramatic reenactment.
And since your arrival, I've been proven right. From the moment you set foot on Monastery, there has been disruptions in the sacred circle of our life. I tried to be fair and open-minded by being one of those who brought you here, but with the incident in the meditation grove this morning, I and the Mortis members have seen enough. You're a menace, Luke Skywalker, and by proclaiming you a hero, these rebels condemn their whole cause.
That reading of Sister Domina was by none other than my daughter, Isabel. As it happens, there was a glitch setting up the dramatic reading with our guest this week. And so, instead of not having one, my daughter stepped up and delivered. Isabel is a burgeoning voice actor herself, and she's got a webcomic in the works. And she's only 12. Isn't she awesome? Thank you, Isabel. You rocked that read. Things are getting heated in the courtroom. Darth Vader is accusing Luke and the rebels of disrupting the natural order of things. And Darth Vader is saying, hey, why don't we throw down, you and I? What could be more natural than death? And he pulls out his lightsaber and says, yours or mine, puppy. Let nature and the clash of lightsabers decide. Luke is ready to throw down. He pulls out his lightsaber as well. Sister Domina is saying that you cannot do that in the middle of this temple, in the middle of this courtroom. Instead, the two of you will meet in the Crystal Valley at sundown. We cut back to the Imperial cruiser when suddenly the general and the stormtroopers are knocked to the ground by an explosion. Now, who made that explosion? Why, it was Princess Leia. She stole a couple of proton grenades from some guards that she surprised, and she has a blaster of her own. She has set a fire that the stormtroopers have to rush to put out. While they're rushing to put out, she nails all of them from behind. She is amazing. The general is coming in to check on the two Togs who are in suspended animation and sees that Silas's has been blown asunder. The stormtrooper is wondering if there aren't Tag agents on board that might have freed him. But before they can either react to that, they begin to float in the air because of artificial gravity. We see Leia, again, being a total badass, flying through the ship with a jetpack while the stormtroopers float about helplessly. She has two spare jetpacks. She blasts through the detention holding cell and gives the jetpacks to Han and Chewbacca. With the confusion, they are able to disable the tractor beam and escape. Leia is saying that part of the reason they were able to escape was because the captain of the ship did not have much battle experience. But there's also a part is that in the confusion, they were not checking the Millennium Falcon very well. They have a stowaway. That is none other than Baron Tag, Silas. He has his glasses back on that allow him to see, and he has grabbed C-3PO and is holding him hostage, and he has overheard enough to know that he must help his sister on the planet's surface. He wants them to go down immediately. But will he get down before Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader meet in lightsaber combat? If you want to find out about some serious lightsaber combat, then tune in next week for Vox Box Star Wars number 37. Thank you so much for listening. You have a wonderful day, and may the Force be with you.
No! You failed, Your Highness. I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
So be it, Jedi.
Thank you for listening to the Vox Box Star Wars podcast. Give us a review on iTunes to help more Star Wars fans find the show. Have a great day, and may the Force be with you.